Hello, and welcome back to Fueled by Insanity. So we're gonna continue the Sheen version of Darren's route. Yes. These are two good boys, the best boys, some might say, some cultured individuals. Anyway, Sheen, Darren, and I go ahead and finally make our way out of the door. Oh, wait, let me move this. Okay. Darren hasn't said a word in a while, and Sheen's been mostly quiet, but I'm alive. We're alive. So, yeah, I guess we can make the best of what we've still got left. Things will be okay. I take one last look back inside and see Ted smiling and waving goodbye. I guess maybe things can be okay after all. We've all been. Wait, we'll all get through this somehow. I know we will. Before I turn back towards the car, my eyes drift towards Caleb's bloody, lifeless body one last time, to reminisce. A shiver runs down my spine. I try to push it back in my mind as I head into the car. The last thing I hear before we pull out of the driveway is the sound of Ted crying. Do I have to press something? Oh, okay. It's fine. For the first time in a week, I get to go back to how my dreams used to be. I get to have my safe space again. I get to talk to my mom again, finally. Hi, Mom. Long time no see, huh? Maybe it hasn't been that long, but it certainly feels like it. This has been, by far, the longest week of my life. It's hard to believe it's already over. I miss you. I can't remember what you look like, but at least I remember your voice. I wish I could tell you that I'm doing better, but I'm really not. Being an adult is hard. Especially when you've got someone trying to kill you. I think I'm in the middle of surgery right now. It's funny because people always say you don't dream under anesthesia. Yes. But I guess I won't question it. At least I can have everything the way I want here. I can still have both my eyes in my sleep, so that's cool, I think. You know that guy I met that I told you about, Ted? I'm happy I met him. He was a good friend. He is a good friend. I made it sound like he died or something. I'm not really sure what's going to happen to him now. He said he would be fine, and that things would work out, so I want to trust that. But part of me is worried that isn't true. Maybe he was just trying to make me feel better. I started talking to my friends again. Ted and I got to play a racing game with Sheen at an arcade. I sucked, but it was still fun. Oh, right. I also went to the movies with Darren, Sheen, and Tracy. It was fun. I even got to see Darren in a really happy mood, too. He stuck his tongue out at me, and he looked really goofy. I want to see him like that more. It was nice. I'm trying to stay positive. That's what I'm good at. That's what people like me for. Well, aside from the times I act like a jerk for no reason. I do really wish I could stop that. But yeah, I want to do things that I'm good at. It's the one thing people can rely on me for, at the very least. I love you, Mom. I hope one day I can make you proud. Okay. 1 year later? Okay. We're okay. Okay. Oh, that's a little loud. Okay, let me turn that down just a little bit. Okay. Darren, Sheen, and I are gathered around the TV playing a new racing game that came out last week. Today's the first day our schedules actually aligned, so we could all hang out together. Sheen's schedule is fairly consistent. He's lucky to have a job that gives him weekends off. Him weekends, yes. And Darren and I, on the other hand, rarely get weekends off. That's the downside of working retail. Still, the upside of earning my own money makes it all worthwhile. Plus, working at a bakery gives me a good excuse to eat all the muffins I want. Muffins? Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Within budget, of course. After that day, things become kind of strange for a while. I mean, things are better now for the most part, but it took a while to get here. I can't remember how long I spent at the hospital. It certainly felt like forever. Morphine is weird. It does help the pain, but it doesn't make it go away. Not at all. I think the only thing keeping me going throughout my stay there was the fact that I had so many people around with me. I got visitors every day. All of my friends showed up whenever they could. Even some of their families and coworkers did as well. Sometimes I forget that there's a world outside of my small circle, and sometimes people you've never even met will be there for you. It made me feel like I mattered. Well, at the very least, it made me feel like I'm more than just an unlucky target for some curse. Darren was hit the hardest by the events that took place, even more than me somehow. At first, I was upset with him for it. He wasn't the one who had his eyes stabbed out, after all. He was supposed to be my rock, who I could rely on. He was supposed to say the words could make everything better. He was supposed to have all the answers to fix everything. That's who he was, who he always was, after all. But he wasn't doing that this time. Yes. The eye is there in spirit. I resented him for it, but now, I understand. I understand it completely. He's done so much for me over the years. He's tried so hard to be perfect. In fact, to me, he was perfect. That's why when he finally broke, I didn't know how to react. I always thought that he was invincible. There was no question he couldn't answer, no amount of stress he could bend or break him. The only explanation I could come up with for why he wasn't helping me was that he didn't care anymore. The real reason never crossed my mind until much later. It's not that he didn't care or that he was being selfish. It's that he couldn't do anymore. As difficult as it was for me to see, he is just a person, just like me. The only difference is, he tried his best, and I didn't. So I decided to change that. If Darren was able to put in the insane amount of effort as he did to take care of me for so long, I'd do the same. That's where I am now. I decided to be a better person. I'd like to think that I'm now the dependable and supportive half-brother that I was always meant to be. Darren seems to think I am, at least, and I'm glad for that. Heh, I win again. I don't know how. I've been playing these games much longer than you have. Try getting good. He's good. Fuck you. At least I'm better than Colin. Only because I keep staring at the map. Maybe you should keep your eye on the road instead. Was that a pun about my eye? What? Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Wow, Sheen. I had no idea you were so insensitive. You're just making fun of me now, aren't you? Of course. Oh yeah, when were we supposed to call Ted? Was that today or tomorrow? Ted. It's been difficult, but we've called him once a week for a while now. It turns out you can do video calls with inmates as long as you're on their visitors list. It's unnerving to see the state he's in now. I know the things he says aren't him talking, but it's not easy to take my mind off of his words sometimes. He'll say whatever he can to scare me, threaten me, guilt me, basically anything he can to use to hurt me. But I know the real Ted is still in there, even if he can't speak to us himself. One of my biggest regrets is that Caleb was in that cell for 2 years alone, and forgotten with no sign that there was anyone left who cared about him. I don't want that to happen again, so I've been making an effort to let him know that we're still here for him in the only way we can be. I don't always have much exciting to say. Okay. But I like to think that giving him a peek into what's going on in my life might just give him some sort of normalcy to hold on to. And I think there might be a way to free him one of these days. We'll just have to see how things go. We'll call him tonight. Right now. I just want to spend time with my best half-brother. Right now, I just want to... Okay. Half-friend. Half-brother. And best friend. I don't know how I mixed those two up. Whoops. I can't believe I'm only half a friend. Shush you. Sheen sticks his tongue out. Oh, does he not have a portrait for that? Okay. His tongue out and gives me a pat on the head. And I'm pretty sure that makes me blush. Hopefully he doesn't notice. Maybe one of these days I'll tell Sheen about my crush on him. So, how about one more round? I'll let Colin pick the stage this time. Sure. Oh, okay. Huh. Okay. So, okay. I assume if I want to know more about the actual lore, about, like, the cave and shit, I have to play Ted's route? Oh, maybe someday, guys. Maybe someday. I do want to move forward with the schedule, right? And play the next game on the list, so hopefully we'll cycle back to this game eventually, and I'll get around to playing Ted's route. But for now, I guess this is the end, and hopefully I'll see you all around.